Stop telling her she's beautiful. Seriously, it's boring, it's expected, and honestly, it probably hurts your chances more than it helps. What if I told you there are 5 specific types of compliments most guys never think to use? Compliments that cut through the noise, make her feel truly seen, and genuinely spark attraction? Forget the cheesy lines. Today you learn the compliments that can actually make her see you differently, maybe even as the one. Look, we've all been there, right? You work up the nerve, drop an "you look really nice tonight," and get what? That polite, kind of forced smile? Maybe a quick thanks before she looks away? It feels awkward, maybe even a little deflating. You know you need to show interest, but the usual stuff just falls flat. You see other guys clicking with women, having easy conversations, and you're wondering, what am I missing? Why don't my compliments land? Here's the deal. Attractive women are drowning in generic praise about their looks. It means almost nothing. But this video is your cheat sheet. I'm not just giving you lines to memorize. I'm breaking down the psychology behind 5 powerful, non-obvious compliment categories that signal intelligence, observation, and genuine interest in her as a person. These are the compliments that make you stand out, create intrigue, and build real connection. Stick with me, and you'll walk away knowing exactly how to compliment a woman in a way that captures her attention and makes her think about you long after the conversations are over. Part 1. So why do those go-to compliments, your hot, nice dress, pretty eyes, usually backfire or get ignored? 3 main reasons. 1. They are impersonal. She's heard it a million times. It doesn't feel special or specific to her. 2. They often focus only on looks. While appreciation is nice, it can feel superficial, like you're overlooking her personality, brains, or humor. 3. They signal low effort. It doesn't take much thought to say you're beautiful. It doesn't show you've actually paid attention. Think about it. How does it feel when you offer what you think is praise and it just fizzles? Like you threw a pebble into a lake and saw 0 ripples? How many times have you replayed a conversation, wondering if you said the wrong thing? Ever get the sense you're just another guy saying the same old lines she's tuned out? What if those safe compliments are actually pushing her away by making you seem generic or even just focused on one thing? If you keep relying on those surface-level compliments, you're basically guaranteeing you won't stand out. You'll blend into the background noise. You won't create that spark, that feeling of, wow, this guy actually gets me. You risk being seen as shallow, unoriginal, or just another guy trying to get something. The result? You stay firmly in the just friend zone, or worse, you don't even register on her radar. She remains polite maybe, but definitely not intrigued and certainly not yours. But it absolutely does not have to be this way. The key isn't to stop complimenting altogether. It's about complimenting smarter. It's about shifting your focus from the blindingly obvious to the subtly unique. Ready to learn the 5 types of compliments that actually work wonders? Part 2. All right, let's get into the gold. These are the 5 categories of non-obvious compliments that will make you unforgettable. 1. The observation of effort. Compliment. This isn't about the result, like a nice outfit, but the effort or choice behind it. You notice something she actively did or decided. Why it works. It shows you're paying attention to details beyond the surface. It validates her taste, intelligence, or hard work. It says, I see the thought you put into this, which is incredibly attractive because it makes her feel seen and appreciated for her actions. How to apply examples. Wow, the way you decorated your place shows a real eye for design. Or I noticed how you handled that difficult client call. You were really poised and articulate. That takes skill. Or that's a really creative solution you came up with for that problem. 2. The unique personality trait, quirk. Compliment. Focus on something specific and positive about her character, mind, sense of humor, or even a charming quirk that makes her her. Why it works. This is super personal and shows you appreciate her individuality. It proves you're not just looking at her looks, but engaging with who she is. It builds intimacy because it feels genuine and observant. How to apply examples. You have a really great way of looking at things. It's always interesting talking to you. Or I love your sense of humor. You genuinely crack me up. Or you have this calm energy about you that's really nice to be around. 3. The impact on you. Compliment. This is about expressing the positive effects she has on you, your mood, your thinking, your perspective. Why it works. It's subtly vulnerable and incredibly sincere. It makes her feel valued not just for who she is, but for the difference she makes. It shifts the focus to the connection between you two. How to apply examples. Honestly, talking with you always makes me think about things differently. Or I always leave our conversations feeling energized in a better mood. Or you actually inspired me to check out. Book, movie, activity she mentioned. The skill, talent, intelligence. Compliment. Genuinely acknowledge and appreciate a specific skill, talent, or aspect of her intelligence that you admire. Why it works. This shows massive respect. Many women feel their competence or intellect gets overlooked. Praising her abilities shows you value her mind and capabilities, which is a huge turn-on and builds respect. How to apply examples. You're incredibly talented at playing instrument, drawing, coding, etc. Or you explain that really complex topic so clearly, you've got a seriously sharp mind. Or the way you think through problems is impressive. The subtle, unique physical detail. Compliment, use with care. What? Okay, this is physical, but it's not the obvious stuff. Eyes, smile, body. It's a unique, less noticed detail, maybe something she chose, like unique jewelry, or a subtle feature. Why it works. It's unexpected and shows hyper-observation. Because it's not the standard "you're hot," it feels more personal and less like a generic line. Caution. Delivery and context are everything here. Keep it classy, not creepy. How to apply examples. That's a really unique ring. It suits you perfectly. Or you have a really graceful way of moving. Avoid anything overly sexualized, especially early on. Key for all of these. Be sincere. Don't force it. Find something you genuinely appreciate. Part 3. All right, let's wrap this up. Forget the generic, forgettable compliments. To truly make an impact, focus on 1. Her effort and choices. 2. Her unique personality. 3. Her impact on you. 4. Her skills and brains. And 5. Specific, subtle details. This isn't about manipulation. It's about showing genuine, observant appreciation for the whole person. And here's a crucial piece most guys miss. Say the compliment sincerely, casually, maybe even slightly off the cuff, and then move the conversation forward. Don't pause and stare, waiting for validation. That kills the vibe. Confidence in your observation is as important as the compliment itself. The real magic is noticing something positive that maybe she hasn't even heard complimented before. That's when you truly stand out. Start looking for opportunities to use just one of these types of compliments genuinely in your next interaction. You might be surprised by the reaction you get. You absolutely have the power to change how women see you.